Welcome to the Sisters Like Us podcast. I'm Lakin, and I'm 30-something.
I'm Allie, and I'm 20-something. Join us each week as we talk about anything
and everything. So grab a glass of wine
or a bottle,
and let's dive in.
Cheers.
Oh, where's your water?
Here, I'll cheers with Lyla. Cheers. We're kicking our episode today off with a special guest. This is episode 27 of the Sisters Like Us podcast, and we have a special guest. If you're watching the YouTube version, Lyla Peanut has joined us and really interested in the mic. She really wants that
She
mic.
really wants to be a part of this.
Hey, you're probably gonna last 5 seconds, and then we're gonna take you back to Dad.
They're about to travel, and I am
Trying to soak it all
soak
up.
up all of the peanut time. So decided she needs to be a part of the podcast today.
We'll see how long she lasts. But let's she's happy with her leaf for now. Hi, cutie patootie.
It's gonna be so hard to focus.
Yeah, she's very distracting and very
Anyways.
cute. So I want to start with, I went out again on a Saturday night. Like, who am I? 2 Saturday nights in a row.
Oh yeah.
But this time I learned my lesson in a couple of ways. Number one is I was a little bit more thoughtful about the quantity of drinks that I had. I paced myself more than I did the prior weekend. Number two, I did not stay out near as late as the weekend before. When it was time to go home, it was time to go home.
Yeah.
And number three, I asked my dear husband to get up with our little one in the morning so that I could sleep in. So,
And of course you decided.
that was the day she decided. She's pretty consistent. She usually gets up at about 6:30, and that day my body clock woke me up at 7:15, and I like freaking out. Like, how did I not hear her wake up? Nope, she was still asleep. You knew it was Daddy's morning, and you just decided to sleep.
If you're listening to this, I think you just need to go to the YouTube version, because how can you not want to watch this little peanut?
So anyway, it was a good time. My dad was in town.
Yeah.
And so we went out to dinner. Allie was there. So it was my husband, my dad, Lyla, and Allie and I. And then we came home and put Lyla to bed. And then my dad and Allie, who, if you haven't listened to the intro, I'm saying my dad because we have different dads.
Yeah.
So he's not Allie's dad. He's just my dad. But the three of us went out, tried a couple cocktail bars in our neighborhood that I had been eyeing to try. And to be honest, none of them were all that great. They were just okay.
Yeah. I mean, that one espresso martini was good that I had.
Yeah.
I did enjoy that.
The issue with that bar at the end of it is it smelled like smoke. It was
yeah, it did smell like cigarettes.
I couldn't figure out where it was coming from. I was expecting to walk out of that bar and somebody, because it's illegal to smoke inside. I'm at least in Chicago. I don't know if that's a national thing yet or not. But I was expecting to walk outside and there to be somebody right outside the open door smoking. And there wasn't, which means, somebody inside it smelled bad.
Yeah, maybe they have, like, some bars have, like...
And that's the toy, Lila's toy in the background.
Yeah. Some bars, like, have, like, little cigar lounges that you can't see. And, like, I don't know if there was, like, maybe, like, other employees or staff that were, like, in a lounge.
But it didn't smell like cigars. It smelled like cigarettes. And I can tell the difference, I feel like. Because most cigars, I don't mind the smell of cigar smoke. And to me, it smelled like cigarette smoke.
I don't know.
But anyway, overall, it was a good night.
Still went to Taco Bell.
Yeah, we went to Taco Bell afterwards. That was...
Weird.
Yeah, we had an incident. Let's not talk about that. And then Sunday, it was gorgeous outside. And so we went to the zoo. Oh, you took off the hooky piece of it, Squish. So yeah, we walked around the zoo. The Lincoln Park Zoo is free, which is awesome, but you're not always guaranteed to see animals. But we saw pretty much everything.
Yeah,
I feel like there was nothing we really walked by that wasn't out and about.
Yeah, we saw the giraffes. No one else saw the giraffes.
Oh, my dad, I think, made it in time for the giraffes. I think Sam didn't make it. The giraffes were in the same area as the meerkats, and I think Sam was very distracted by the Timons.
They were so cute.
They were very cute. They were very cute. But giraffes are just so beautiful and majestic. But one of the beautiful things, in case that last comment was confusing to you, also I feel like I'm doing all the talking, but you also have the peanut.
No, you're good.
At the Lincoln Park Zoo, the animals all have the option to be hidden from the public. Like, they don't need to be, they have the option to be out where you can see them, or if they want privacy, they can have privacy, which is why it's free. But it's nice because the animals have that option to go be alone if they don't want to be on display. But because it was a beautiful day, all the animals that like warmth and heat were all out and about. So
Yeah, it was
fun.
Good weekend, chill weekend.
Yeah.
It was nice. It was nice to just do.
Yeah, and spend some time with Granddad. What do you think?
Yeah.
Wow, you're doing okay. I told Dad we were gonna bring you back out in like 2 minutes, and you're still here. Yeah, I probably just jinxed it. All right, that was the only main thing I had on my list. Is there anything you had on your list?
Well, my phone is under the peanut, I think. Oh, I found it. She's gonna get really distracted by my phone.
Oh, that's true.
Real quick. She loves my phone case. If you can see it on the camera, it's like black and rainbow. I did have one thing that I thought would be fun to talk about. So now that the weather is getting warm, I feel like it would be fun to talk about like fashion trends for like the summer.
Okay.
And like what people are like gonna be wearing this summer, and like how, you know, we might like differ, or like what we...
Yeah, I mean, I think we may have learned from the beauty episode, or did we talk about fashion? Did we do a separate one about fashion?
Did. Yeah.
I don't know trends. Like that.
Well, I had to like kind of look it up because...
Oh.
Like...
Okay. But you already looked it up, so we could have topics to talk about. Because like, I couldn't pull trends for the summer out of my head.
Yeah, like, okay. So like leopard print is coming back.
Mom's gonna be so pumped.
And I knew this one was coming because I've seen like kind of like influencers and stuff start to wear leopard print a little bit more. Okay. I'm not a huge fan of leopard print, so I don't...
No, me neither. I had a leopard print dress that I have. I thought I got rid of it. I was looking for it in my closet when we were going to that Disney thing because I wanted to wear it and be like a cheetah girl, but I couldn't find it. And then today we were going through my closet and I saw it and I was like, oh, leopard print dress.
Actually, now that I think about it, Leslie went to a concert. Leslie's my one of my best friends. A concert the other day, and she wore a really cute leopard print maxi skirt, but with like a t-shirt, and I thought it was so cute. Yeah, it looked so good.
I think leopard can be done cute.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I don't know that it's my go-to, but I think it can be cute.
Yeah. So like long shorts are staying in, like the like.
How long?
Well, so last year people were wearing like long shorts. Like it was like a
like to your knee, like a Bermuda length?
Like above your knee.
But like close to your knee.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or like mildly longer than short shorts. I feel like short shorts aren't really in anymore.
Well, for me and my body type, short shorts were never in. I was never gonna wear a short. I like a 5-inch inseam from Old Navy. That's my like sweet spot. Yeah. That's comfortable. You are all legs. And so I can see like your body type being able to rock a short.
Yeah, but I also like, I feel like I can also pull off the long.
I think you can too. I don't think that's gonna look good on my body type. And let's be honest, we talked about this multiple times. I'm not a jeans person, right? I'm either a leggings or a dress. The same thing kind of applies in the summer. I have a pair of shorts, but you're way more likely to find me in a sundress all summer than shorts.
I just got a long denim skirt.
Like how long?
Like long. Like, but with like a cut in the middle. It's cute.
Okay.
It's cute. Trust.
Okay.
Trust. The only other one was like baggy clothes, but I feel like that's like kind of, like I just feel like people are buying things that are too big for them.
Yep.
Like, you know, like really baggy jeans.
Yeah, I feel like that like loose fitting type clothing has been in for a while. I just want it to come back. The little peanut noises in the background.
I know.
Can we bring back full length shirts? Like, can we stop with the crop?
Oh, we have. They have.
Okay. That's done?
Yeah, no, crop is not. No, yeah.
Okay, good. Because I'm over that. So I feel like that kind of went with the baggy for a bit. Is that it was like baggy but cropped. And I'm ready for that to be out.
Yeah, no, it's out. It's just like so funny, like saying what's in and out. Like,
I mean, I don't know. I've never been a trend person. I have always kind of just worn what I like and what goes with my body. Yeah. What do you think, Peanut? Okay.
Okay, so I feel like that kind of goes into a little bit with like clothes and stuff. Someone said, like responded.
Yeah, for a topic.
Yeah, and said body image / self-love.
I love that. That's a loaded topic for sure.
Yeah.
And I know that you saved these, so I didn't get a chance to look at them and like plan what I was gonna say ahead of time. But I do think wearing clothes for your body type is part of that and not worrying about trends, because if you're always trying, because everybody has a different body and there are things that look good on different people. And so if you always are trying to go with the trends, you're likely going to run into things that aren't good on you. And that can be, you could struggle with that. Like you put on the trendy outfit at whatever store you go to, and then you don't like the way it looks on you. And it's not your fault. It's not your body's fault. It's the clothes. It's the trend, right?
Yeah. No, I completely agree. I feel like there was like a period of time in my life for sure that like I was buying things. I would like be at the store and I'd try something on and it would be like so tight, but I'd be like, oh well, like eventually like it won't be as tight.
Ooh, yeah.
And then I would like just like hate putting them on all of the time, like these jeans for example, and
or
so,
you wouldn't, they would just sit in your closet.
Yeah.
You'd be like, someday that's gonna fit me. It's like, no, it's not.
Yeah, so just kind of going along with that, just knowing that like no size is universal anywhere, and just like having an open mind when you're finding something that works for you, because it's probably like not, like you said, like not everything works for everybody.
And to your point, whether you're buying stuff or you're keeping stuff in your closet for that like someday version of you, I mean, the timing is ironic because we literally just spent however long this afternoon and I tried on so many dresses in my closet, and they weren't necessarily dresses that fit me a really long time ago, but my body has changed. Like my body grew and birthed a human. It is a different body. And so I had to try on some clothes and be like, this doesn't fit. And it's not even necessarily that it's like gonna fit someday. And maybe it would. Maybe if I lost 30 pounds, it would fit. Mm-hmm. But honestly, I don't want to open my closet and see stuff anymore that's like, oh, that's for someday Lakin. That's for 30 pounds less Lakin. Like, no. I want to open my closet and have it be stuff that I would want to wear right now.
And be excited to wear.
Yes, and be excited to wear right now and not feel uncomfortable or feel like it's too tight.
Yeah.
I mean, heck, I should probably get rid of that blue dress that we kind of had to like zip it closed.
Yeah.
Because if I, like, that's not comfortable.
And then, like, to go along with that, I feel like normalizing that like your body is going to change as you get older.
Yes.
Like, I feel like that's always like a hard pill to swallow for a lot of people. Like, some people's bodies just like don't change and they can wear things that like, but like I feel like my body changes every year.
Yeah.
And like you have to make those adjustments, and like sometimes it's like sucks, but you gotta.
And it sucks if you're like, well, I really liked this item and I really wish I could have it. And if it's still available, buy it in the size that fits you. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I also saw somebody somewhere say, like, even if you do lose weight or something changes and you could have fit into that item, when you get to that point, won't you want to go shopping for new stuff?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I know not everybody has that option, like shopping, and that could be a whole nother topic about like buying like the fast fashion, like shopping at like an Old Navy or a Target as opposed to shopping at like a more higher end store of something that you're going to keep long term. Like, I have not felt like I've gotten to a point in my life where I've bought like investment pieces that I plan to keep for a long time.
Yeah, I feel like if I'm going somewhere like that's a little bit more expensive, like I don't get a lot of statement pieces. Yeah.
Right.
It's really only like
staples.
Basics.
Basics. Yeah.
So then Sydney Way gave us some great things to talk about as well.
Okay. I got one in a DM too.
Okay, cool. Coachella and Lollapalooza.
So I have never been a music, what's the word? Festival person, ever. I went once to Warped Tour in high school. Mm-hmm. Do you even know what that is?
No.
Oh.
Never heard of it.
It was a music festival that was like the like emo bands. So like Paramore and like that vibe. And I just learned that music festivals are not for me.
I also dislike music festivals. I went to Lollapalooza one time in 2019 and it was an awful experience. I feel like it's one of those things like you have to make sure you're going with like a good group of people, and if you're not, like,
I just don't even know if that matters. Like, I don't even know if I would have fun with the right group of people.
It was just hot. There was no service. I mean, like, I saw a lot of artists that I wanted to see and that was great, but also like like if there's an artist like Renee Rapp is like going to Lollapalooza this year,
yeah,
and I'm like, okay, and SZA is opening, or headlining that day, and so like now I'm kind of like, like that was awful, but like I really want to see these artists, so it's like I don't know. But Coachella, like that one kind of, I think more of just like famous people and like influencers go to that.
Yeah, Coachella to me is more about the like the outfits and the brands, booths and stuff like that, as opposed to the music.
Made me think of like trends and body image and stuff, because a lot of things that people wear to those music festivals like show a lot of skin, and not everybody can wear stuff like that. So
so are you gonna buy tickets to Lyla?
I have no idea. That's so TBD. If I do, it'll be like a last minute decision,
because Lyla knows what they're doing, right? When they first
she loves my phone case.
I
ended up taking my phone case off because she was just staring at it.
Yeah. So Lyla, when they first released their list of artists without the days, there were 4 artists on the list that I was like excited about.
Did they spread out
all 4 days?
Yeah, I was so scared that was gonna
it's
happen.
Blink-182, The Killers, Renee Rapp, and Kesha. All 4 are on 4 different days.
Oh, Kesha was the other person that I wanted to see. I almost went and saw Kesha at the Argonne Ballroom like in November. She was there for like $60, and I was like, but that's more of like a standing room only type thing, and I can't. That's the other thing, is I hate crowds.
Yeah.
Hate crowds. Like, it's my least favorite thing.
So all to say is I will not be going to Lyla. Not my thing. There's not enough people on one day that I want to see. And so I told, but Sam loves music festivals. And he went to Lyla one day last year and loved it. And so I was like, if you can go. I will be on peanut duty.
Okay, we transitioned and I broke the microphone, so.
You didn't break it. I'll be able to connect it, just not right this second. So we moved to the peanut. Allie is now holding her mic, and now Lyla wants my mic. Okay. Anything else that people submitted?
Yes. The last thing was ways that you think you were raised by your parents versus how Lincoln was raised by.
Oh, interesting.
Or like how we were, if we were, I mean, we definitely had a different upbringing because it was just a different experience.
So I guess, it depends on what you mean by raised, right? Because you're right. We had a different upbringing. We both had our parents divorced at pretty young ages. But then when we moved here, my parents were in different states and your parents were in the same neighborhood. Yeah. That's a different experience. But in terms of raising, I think of it as like the values and the you know, like kind of like the opportunities that you're given. And I honestly think ours are similar. Yeah. Because
I do think so.
I think our mom, even though she's not married to either of our dads anymore, she did a good job of picking fathers that aligned with her values. And so I think all of the values line up. And so I think we, from that standpoint, we were raised similarly, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think the biggest difference is like, like you having like your dad like in a whole different state. That's crazy. Like I didn't, like I thought, like he said something about that the other night. I was like, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, so we moved here when I was 12 and I only saw my dad maybe once a month, maybe every other month. I would fly down to San Antonio by myself to visit my dad. He would typically come up here once a year for the daddy-daughter dance. And as I'm trying to tell this kind of sappy part of my childhood, my daughter keeps throwing her toy on the floor. But yeah, it was different. I also think, again, I don't know if this qualifies as raising, but my experience with a stepmom and siblings on that side are very different than your experience.
Yeah, because they had 3 kids together.
Yeah. So I have half siblings on that side as well, and it's a different vibe than your your relationship with your stepmom, and then also your stepsister on your dad's side.
Yeah. I feel like we need, instead of a neon sign, we should just make a family tree. And so every time we reference this, we just point. We're like, oh, okay, so this is who we're talking about right now. But see, I've tried to make the family tree and just fail completely.
It's complicated. I made one once for somebody, and Auntie Ellie's falling apart.
I literally am. Like, every time I'm here, I'm falling apart.
Yeah, or knocking things over, making a mess.
Yeah.
Yeah, that question is one I could probably use a little pondering on before I...
Yeah.
But I ultimately think how we were raised was similar.
Yeah.
And that might also be because mom has a strong personality and so obviously had a big role and is the common denominator for both of us.
Yeah.
And so, especially again, once we moved here, I was with mom full time.
She's being so good.
She is being so good. Sam is gonna be like, where is she? I thought you said you were bringing her out in 5 minutes.
So that was it from my...
Okay, somebody sent me a DM asking what kind of games do you and your family like to play?
Oh.
So I think that...
Depends on who's there.
Yeah, yes. So I think that's sparked from, I post a lot on my Instagram stories when our family
Yeah,
plays
but the
games.
last episode you talked about games. You said something about games.
Oh, I did? Oh, so maybe that's what sparked it. How many more times are we going to pick up this toy for her?
I mean, at this point, she has to say.
Till the end?
Do you have anything to contribute, Lyla? Okay.
So, yeah, like Allie said, it kind of depends on who's there because, well, for starters, we need the family tree. When our entire family is together with now the 2+1s, we're a family of 10. And there are only so many games you can play with 10 people. I mean, we can't even comfortably play Jackbox anymore without people getting left out.
But how often are we all really together?
No, it is rare nowadays, especially now that Christopher's at school and Will's out in the burbs. It is not as often. My point is that there's the number of people. There could be anywhere from 3 to 10 of us.
Yeah.
And depending on the number of people, depends on which games are available for playing.
Yeah. Also very much depends on the individuals that are
Yes,
there
so we
as
have
well.
certain members of our family who don't like certain games that our family likes to play. And so...
I am one of those individuals.
Yeah, so which games are the ones that you don't like?
I don't like poker or blackjack or anything like that. I also don't love card games. I get bored.
So yeah, when it comes to cards, we do like poker and blackjack. We also play a game called golf, if you've ever heard of golf.
Oh yeah, I've played golf a lot.
Not you, Allie. I meant you, the person listening or watching this, if you've ever heard of golf. I know you've played it.
Is that funny?
So do you not like golf?
I did when we first started playing it, but I'm not like I don't know, card games and dominoes just don't it's more of a relaxing type. Which games should be relaxing, but I like games that are fast paced or require thought or writing or getting to know each other or something like that.
Yeah, so the card game is category 1. And then there's definitely a lot of dominoes, but it seems more and more that there are so many of you that don't like dominoes that it seems like dominoes keep getting booted.
Yeah.
And then it feels like we have every version of the concept of Cards Against Humanity, but the meme version, the text version. And again, those can be fun when we
actually every version of Apples to Apples.
Oh, that's what I meant.
That was
the OG. Yeah, you're right. It was Apples to Apples, and then Cards Against Humanity became the R-rated version.
Yeah.
But I feel like recently we've also found some newer games. What's that game with the ranking? I like that one. Priorities. I think that's fun.
Yeah. I feel like what happens is we get games and then we just exhaust them because
yeah, we'll get it for Christmas and then we'll play it a lot that Christmas and then we're over it.
Yeah. And Jackbox is fun because they always come out with new if you've never heard of Jackbox, it's basically a game that you can get via Xbox or online and you play via your phone and they just have a ton of different packs that you can do. I play with my friends all the time and it's really cheap too. It's not it's $15 for
highly recommend Jackbox.
Yeah, it's so much fun. Even for a hang out with your friends, wine night, anything like that, so fun.
And so the way that we play our family rules when it comes to Jackbox is whoever wins gets to pick the next game. I love that rule. I think that's fun.
And whoever loses has to sit out next. So yeah, it always sits out anyway.
If there's more than 8 of us there, because some of the games are actually less than 8, but a lot of them are max 8 players. So if more than 8 of us are there, if you lose, you have to sit out.
I think she's okay because we're just talking.
She likes to listen to people talk. She loves just people talking, not to her, but around her.
Maybe Lyla can be a guest more often. As she drops
her toy. I feel like I'm distracted with her here.
So,
are there any other games? Oh, then we've recently gotten into Codenames.
Codenames is super fun. The whole problem is that there's way too many people and way too many heads to make a decision. So, like, we can never be like a movie family because we can't all decide on one movie to watch. Like,
yeah, I just also feel like we're not movie people. I don't know. I don't want to sit there. If I'm with my family, I don't want to sit there and watch a movie. People,
I don't like want to sit there and watch a movie unless we're in the movie theater. But like,
right.
I just feel like,
which we will go see movies in the movie theater together.
Yeah.
But I don't. Harder now that we have a Peanut. We have like recently they all went and saw Dune. I was like, nah, I'm good.
Oh my gosh,
I got Peanut. You guys go see it.
I watched Dune for the first time like a couple days before that, and I love sci-fi and like stuff like that, but like sometimes it's hard for me to like make the commitment to like watch movies like that because they're just so long. And so I was like, none of my roommates were home. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna dedicate tonight to watch Dune, and oh my god, I loved it. You
haven't read the book, right?
No.
Okay.
There's also like an old movie. There's like an older movie.
I've heard that the book is really good, so part of me is kind of like, maybe I'll read the book before I tackle the movies.
It's a lot.
Yeah, well. I'm finally getting into A Court of Thorns and Roses. Let's do a book update.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm finally getting into A Court of Thorns and Roses. I think I'm like 40% of the way through, so I'm getting there. How is Iron Flame going?
So I've read about like 8 books this year, and Iron Flame is my 9th book. And I've been reading it since like mid-March, and it's obviously mid-April. Well, I don't know by the time this comes out. But I'm like 60% of the way through.
It's a long book.
But so here's my other thing is I don't have a lot of free time. At night, I like to watch TV before I actually go to bed. So like when I'm eating dinner, like whatever, just like relaxing, winding down. And then when I get into bed is when I start reading. But I've been so busy lately and so tired that I can only get through like one chapter, like one 20-minute chapter. And then I'm like it's like painful to even get through the 20-minute chapter because I'm like, oh my god. So,
I feel that. I also pretty much only do one chapter a night, and the Akatar, I still feel weird saying that if I'm being honest, chapters are much shorter. Yeah, and whose fault is that, Peanut? It's yours. By the time I get in bed, I am ready for sleep.
Yeah.
I am ready for sleep.
But Iron Flame is really good. It's just like a lot of things happening, a lot of detail. Like
it's long.
It's just kind of like, I feel like this could have been broken up into 2 books.
I said the same thing at some point, yeah.
Like I feel like there's a lot of chapters where I'm like, I have a cliffhanger and I'm like, oh my god. And I'm like, the book could have ended and then I could have been ready for another one. Yeah. And also I've been highlighting all of the references to Ankh's eyes, Ankh's whatever in the
because
book.
the third one is called Onyx.
Or Onyx?
Yeah. I think so.
Onyx, sorry.
I think it's Onyx.
Whatever. But like, because they talk about like that's the color of Xaden's eyes and everything. So if you haven't read Fourth Wing or Iron Flame, I didn't spoil anything just then, did I? No.
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
The irony is that somebody on my community coaching call last night was also talking about how she was struggling to get through Iron Flame. And
I'm so excited to finish it. I'm so excited to finish it because I'm so excited to read something else.
Yeah. Well, I told her, I was like, if you need to take a break and go read something else, go.
No, I can't because listen, this is what happens to me. I read a chapter like the day before, you're like rolling your eyes like this is probably something so stupid.
Yes, probably. And what I told her was, which I kept meaning to tell you, was if you're really struggling, and I don't think it sounds like you're struggling. I think you're just.
I am intrigued when I read the chapters. I do enjoy them. Like I enjoy learning about what's
going on. Yeah. So what I told her was take a break, and then maybe as we get closer to the new one coming out, you'll be re-excited to read Iron Flame in anticipation of the 3rd book.
Yeah, like the problem is there's always so much going on in the book that by the time I get to I got distracted by Lyla and the people outside who just stared at us.
Yeah, we live on the ground floor, and as long as it's light outside, people can't see in. Like there's a glare and people can't see in, but it's probably dark enough outside that people absolutely can see us when they walk by. So
hello, friend. What I was gonna say is that I read a chapter and then the next day I read it, the next chapter, and I sometimes literally forget what happened. So if I stopped, no, I did read a book in between.
you have to start over.
I did read a book in between Fourth Wing and Iron Flame.
That's fine.
Because I've
Needed a
been
break.
I think I talked about before, like the off-campus series. Like it's super easy, quick reading. I just wanted to squeeze it in there. So I did.
I feel like we could keep a reading update every week too. I mean, yours is
Every
gonna
couple weeks.
be yours is gonna be Iron Flame for the next 7 months. So, and at this point, mine is gonna be Akatar.
Because now, like, I heard that, like, now that I'm at like 60%, like
It does pick up. It starts to pick up.
Yeah, and now things are going to be like a little bit more interesting and just kind of really get me going, if you will. Well, Mark and Bonnie are on one of their various adventures.
Which is our mom and stepdad, if we haven't said that enough, that those are their names. And I think we talked about their trip on some episode. So they are in the Galapagos.
I'm just laughing at.
I'm
laughing at something that I'm going to say after.
Oh, you're pre-laughing at your own comment?
Yeah.
Oh, Allie. Okay, go.
I was just going to say, like, I FaceTime Mom yesterday.
Okay.
And
yeah, we FaceTime BB too.
And I didn't realize, like, they were literally on a boat. Like, they're staying in a boat.
You didn't know that?
No. And I, like, she, like, shows me her view, and I'm like, wow, like.
Oh, gosh.
You're really close to the water. Like that's pretty legit. And I'm like, wait, are you moving? She's like, we're on a boat. She shows me, like, the room, and I'm like, and then I said again, I was like, wait, are you seriously on a boat? Yes. Like, you're sleeping on a boat.
Yeah, yes.
So I did not know that.
That's like the only way you can do the Galapagos is you have to be on a boat and basically like live on a boat and then go visit the little islands. They have to get on a smaller boat to go visit the little islands. Yeah. But Mom has been seeing like sea lions and she snorkeled with sea turtles. I think we're losing this peanut.
I think the peanut has to go.
I think her attention span has checked unless I let her take the mic, and that's not happening. So okay, sans peanut. So yeah, Mom and Mark are on an adventure. So they're in the Galapagos now, yes, living on a boat and for a week. That was the first week of their trip. And then they're going to Machu Picchu for the second half of their trip. They love to take these big, crazy adventures.
It's just so wild.
Another person walking by looking at us.
I know.
So the other big life update, Mom and Mark's trip is not a life update for us, but yeah, a big life update is that we are taking our first trip with the peanut. Oh, you mentioned that actually at the beginning, that we were going on a trip. But we are going to Houston, which is where my husband is from, to celebrate Passover with his parents. So I'm literally, as we're recording this, staring at all of the piles of stuff for Lyla and for me. Because packing for a tiny human is a lot of work. And I know that once I just rip the Band-Aid off of packing and traveling with her for the first time, I'll feel so much better. Yeah. But I am definitely nervous about both like packing and actually being on the plane with her.
Yeah.
But, you know, I just don't want to be that person on the plane whose baby cries for 3 hours.
Yeah, I feel like you're more nervous about like the anticipation of like how she's gonna be, like, and how other people are gonna perceive it. But like also just like she's easy to distract and like stop crying quickly. And like if it's, you know, that is what it is.
Yeah, I hope you moving the mic around like that didn't mess it up. That's all I was thinking about while you were doing that.
I really like holding it.
No, that's weird.
I'm really liking this vibe.
You feel like you're an MC with your holding the mic?
I don't know.
Yeah, no. We're not going to do that going forward. But yeah, no, you're right. She's a good girl, and I've also planned the flight is during her morning nap time. And so fingers crossed, she falls asleep on the plane and sleeps for a good chunk of the flight. I mean, the actual flying time down to Houston is like 2 hours, maybe 2.5 max, depending on the route they have to take.
It's like 2.5, yeah.
So hopefully if she can sleep for even an hour of that would be like make it so much better.
Yeah, no, for sure.
But next episode, we'll report back on how it goes. That's why I kind of wanted to include it. Sometimes I feel like it's fun for us to be like, these are the things coming up this week, and then we can
these are the
report
things
back.
We did
Things we did last week.
100%.
Still trying to find a groove, I feel like, with our weekly recording schedule, but I feel like we're getting there.
Yeah. And we obviously aren't drinking. Did we already talk about that?
Well, when we cheers at the beginning, if you were watching, I cheers with water and you cheers with Lyla.
Yeah, it's just a Wednesday night.
Yeah.
It's just not...
And I have work and packing to do after, and it just, yeah.
I haven't eaten dinner, so that would have not ended well.
Probably not.
Yeah. And I have an event tomorrow, so...
Hopefully, even though I feel like if there are weeks that you have an event on Thursday and we record and we can't do Friday or Saturday for whatever reason and we do have to do Wednesday, we should still have wine.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll see. TBD, I guess, if I can talk her into it. Who's the worst influence?
We've answered this question before.
Really?
I think so.
Oh.
Me. For sure. Can we say Bonnie?
Actually, I think that's what we said. I think it was the episode where we did like who's more this or who's more that.
And we literally made a category for Bonnie.
And then, yeah, I think I said Mom. Why do you keep referring to her as Bonnie?
I'm doing such a good job at it. Like, I'm not forgetting.
Mom.
I say like and every 4 seconds, but I can remember to say Bonnie instead of Mom.
You wouldn't know about her likes and ums because I edit them out.
Yeah, I suppose.
You're welcome. What can I say except... Oh, there's a quick topic. So last week we had friends in town and we played Disney Codenames, speaking of games and speaking of you're welcome. And Sam gave the clue Sidekick, which first off is a great clue for Disney Codenames if it lines up with your characters and doesn't... If you've never played Codenames, the goal is to get your partner to guess your cards and not the other team's cards. And I picked the pig from Moana, which happened to be our card, and the chicken from Moana, which also happened to be our card. So it worked out for us. However, those were not the 2 sidekicks that Sam was trying to get me to guess. So let's start there. Are those 2 creatures sidekicks?
Yes.
Okay, I
the
agree.
animal that is with said princess is the sidekick.
Now the irony is the guys, so Sam and my friend's husband, he's also my friend, but they were like, if anything, it's the pig and not the chicken, because the chicken is stupid and just comedic relief. Well, then we watched Moana the next night. The chicken goes on the adventure with her, and the pig does not. So if anything, the chicken's more of a sidekick, and the pig is left
that's
behind.
so funny that you say that, because as you were telling me this, I was thinking the exact same thing that Jan said. Like, I was like, well, yeah, the pig is Moana's, like,
sidekick.
Animal sidekick. So, hey, like, the chicken,
yeah.
is yes, I only remember him that
he's the
part
comedic relief.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the pig gets left behind and the chicken goes on the adventure. But anyway, so the 2 characters that Sam was trying to get me to guess were Vanellope from Wreck-It Ralph. Sidekick or not?
Well, this one I said she was a sidekick because here's my thing, is like, Wreck-It Ralph is the name of the movie, hence Wreck-It Ralph is the main character, hence Vanellope, who's the next main character after that, is sidekick.
Yes, and
I don't like the word sidekick, but she's the supporting character. She is the supporting role.
But that's just it. I agree, she is the supporting role. She's not his sidekick, though.
No.
Like, in the definition of sidekick, she's not the sidekick.
But what I'm trying to say is, like, if Sam had said sidekick, and I might have thought about saying Vanellope.
Yeah. Okay. And when we also then rewatched Wreck-It Ralph. And for the first half of the movie, fine. She could arguably be the sidekick. But then the movie pivots to being about her.
Yes, it does.
So, you know, she's, in the grand scheme of the movie, she's not the sidekick. All right, last one. Mike Wasowski.
See, like, this one's hard for me because I think of both Sully and Mike as like,
main characters.
As main characters. But honestly, like, from my experience watching, I think the movies are more about Mike. So I would say that Mike Wasowski is the main character, and I would actually classify Sully as more of the supporting actor or sidekick.
Interesting.
Because Sully's, yeah, like the monster, like the actual monster and like whatever. But that's all because of, like, Mike is the main, it's all about him. The whole entire, even Monsters University, it's about him.
So I got a lot of DMs that Monsters University is about Mike. That's fair. And everybody
like,
can agree on that. But the argument is that in Monsters, Inc., it's about Sully and or Boo, not... And, like, Randall's out to get Sully as the victim, not Mike.
Yeah, I don't know. I would need to rewatch Monsters, Inc. for sure.
Yeah, that one we didn't get to.
I've seen Monsters University probably 3 times, and I haven't seen Monsters, Inc. in a long time.
I love them both so much.
Yeah.
So the only other good argument I got was Parker. He sent a DM response on Instagram that said, Mike Wasowski is literally a professional sidekick. And my response is, sure, that can be his job, but he is not a sidekick character.
Yeah. Sidekick is a hard word. That's like loaded because like I don't know.
It is, and that's, I mean, the game is subjective, right? And so you have to just kind of like feel it out. But I would have never ever guessed Mike Wasowski ever.
I don't know. I like you never know until you like play that game.
And some characters are really obvious, right? Like Sebastian, key sidekick. Dory, key sidekick.
But isn't Flounder the sidekick?
Sure. Ariel has 2 sidekicks.
I actually think Flounder is more known as her sidekick. I think Sebastian's the comedic relief.
I think it's like Moana. I think Ariel has 2. Maybe if you are an ocean princess, you get 2 sidekicks.
Yeah.
That's how that works.
Well, Cinderella has like
7.
Well, she has 2 because
The mice,
yeah,
and the dog, and the horse. Cinderella has countless sidekicks.
Sweet night.
Oh my gosh, okay. That I think is our cue that we need to end this episode. And that now that Allie's recircled back to that song.
I just love that song. It itches a scratch.
When was the last time that you watched Cinderella?
Oh my god, I love the live action. Okay, so I actually have a new...
I've never seen the live action Cinderella.
We need to watch it.
Movie night.
So I have something to say really quick.
The episode that I thought was going to be shorter. Oh, the camera's going to die.
Okay, it can wait till next week.
Okay, save it for next time.
So now
Just
you have
write
something
it down.
to be excited about.
All right, before the camera dies, if you're on YouTube, please like and subscribe. If you are on any other podcast platform, please 5 stars and review and share with your friends, family, sister. And we'll see you next time. Bye, guys. Or she's going to start crying the second we start this.
Like Lexi Max, or Lexi.
I just want your phone case, Auntie Allie. Hey.
Mommy!
Is it time for you to go see Daddy?
She loves
You're
the
encouraging
microphone.
it.
Or wait, hold on, I got distracted. Say bye to the camera, Peanut Girl!